Let's move on and let's welcome now on board Sumit Deb. He's the chairman and MD at NMDC. Let's talk to him about all that's going on with the business right now. Mr. Deb, you've already reduced prices firstly by a good 36% in the last 15 days, owing to the declining iron ore prices and weak demand as well. Wanted to understand how much more do you expect iron ore prices to fall, and how will margins then shape up over the coming quarters?
So we have been seeing some volatility in prices, especially in the iron ore sector and even in the steel sector. So prices have been fluctuating. We have corrected prices, and however, we believe that the prices have bottomed out currently, and going forward, I think prices have stabilized, and going forward, things should be better. Obviously, in terms of margins, the margins will take a hit in this quarter. But then we believe that our volume should be able to make up for the fall in margins.
Right. So after a muted April, volumes in the month of May have also declined. Are you cutting down on your production targets given the weak demand and falling prices? And what are then your production and sales targets for the fiscal FY23?
No, not really. We are looking at a production of 50 million tons, and we have seen some marginal increase in production in April and May, and going forward in June also you should see an increase in production. But then obviously we are targeting 50 million tons, so there is no question of any cut in production at the moment.
So is the market surplus created due to lower pellet exports, lower iron ore demand, and increase in domestic iron ore supply that is likely to worsen going forward?
So I'm not able to speak about the industry, but then as far as NMDC is concerned, our customers have been off-taking material, and we believe that there's no cut in production for the customers also, and we believe that our production's volumes will the additional volumes which we will be able to make will be able to sell.
The fall in iron ore prices, how would you map the demand environment for us in the last 1 month?
So obviously, because of the ban on, the increase in duty in case of pellets, that has affected the offtake in terms of pellet production. So we believe that is going to take a hit, but then that's temporary, I think, and we believe that going forward things should be much better.
Good morning, Mr. Deb. Can you share with us when the steel plant is expected to be commissioned? Can it be next quarter?
Yes, that's what we are targeting. Quarter 2, we have already started. We expected to start pushing of the coke ovens, and then we start the blast furnace and the steel melting shop, and then subsequently the thin slab caster. So Q2 is what we are targeting.
Mr. Deb, what we saw recently was that the board meet for the demerger of the steel business being postponed. Can you give any clarity on when it's likely to take place, the event, and are there any issues that may have arisen with shareholders?
No, I do not think there is any further challenges.
Okay. If I can now talk to you about the input costs, what we've seen is the domestic iron ore industry already being severely impacted. There have been export challenges. You've seen the duty challenges also that's taken place. A slowdown in China. All this talks of the ugly R word, global recession. How is all of this, when I put all of this together, basically all of these important macros together, what is it going to mean for your business?
So NMDC is not currently in the export market. Whatever we are producing, we are supplying to the domestic industry, and we believe that there's a sufficient demand with the steel sector. And I do not think that there's going to be any drop in the steel production, and to that extent, our supplies to the steel sector.
Right. So also, have you considered altering your capex plans because of the increase in export duty? And how long do you then expect the 50% export duty on iron ore to be in effect, and the time period for which it can affect you and the industry per se?
So in case of NMDC, we are going ahead with our capex. The capex spending will continue. There is absolutely no question of any reduction in capex spending, and I do not think there obviously the duty part of it, the government will take care at some point of time. But in case of our NMDC, as far as NMDC goes, our capex will be is online.
Okay, great to have you on the show today and answer all of our questions on how things are when it comes to iron ore business and how it's impacting NMDC right now.